Hello, welcome to the Management Channel. And in this section, we're going to look at Organizational Behavior Part 2. So here we want to look at an intro to organizational behavior, the four perspectiveness of organizational effectiveness, examine the organizational learning perspectives, examine organizational challenges, and discuss the anchors of organizational behavioral knowledge. So again, what is organizational behavior? It's the study of what people think, feel, and do in and around the organization. It's also a group of people who work interdependently towards a common purpose. So why should we study it? Well, we want to satisfy the need to understand and predict so we can determine why things happen as they do in an organization. It'll help us test personal theories of management, and it might influence behavior by getting things done with and through others. Organizational behavior improves an organization's financial health. And OB is for everyone. That benefits everyone no matter what profession or what position they hold within the organization. It's all about understanding how and why things happen as they do. So an organization is judged by how effective they are. The old approach was merely to achieve the stated goals established. The problem was that leadership could set easy goals, something that was easily attainable, or the goals established might lead the company in the wrong direction. There are four perspectives of organizational effectiveness: open systems, organizational learning, high performance, and stakeholder perspective. We need to consider all four perspectives when assessing a company's effectiveness. So the open system perspective is one that organizations depend on the external environment for resources. They affect that environment through their own output and consists of internal subsystems that transform those inputs into outputs. Thus, they live within and depend upon the external environment and maintain a close fit with all the changing conditions. The open systems perspective is the foundation on which the other three effectiveness perspectives are built upon. So organizational learning is that which states the organizational effectiveness depends on their capacity to acquire, share, use, and store valuable knowledge. It needs to consider both stock and flow of knowledge. Stock is the intellectual capital. Flow is the organizational learning processes of acquisition, sharing, use, and storage. Human capital is the knowledge that people possess and generate. Structural capital is knowledge captured in systems and structures. And the relationship capital is value derived from the satisfied customers, their reliable suppliers, and other stockholders. Intellectual capital is nurtured through four learning processes: knowledge acquisition of the learning, scanning, grafting, and experimenting; knowledge sharing by communicating, training through the info systems and through observation; knowledge use by awareness, sense-making, autonomy, and employee empowerment; and finally, knowledge storage, human memory, documentation, databases, practices, and habits of the organization. High-performance work practices is a perspective which holds that effective organizations incorporate several workplace practices that leverage the potential of human capital. There are four practices within HPWP: employee involvement, job autonomy. Both of these strengthen employee motivation, improve decision-making and responsiveness, and a commitment to change. Employee competence. Employees are recruited with relevant skills, knowledge, and values or personal characteristics that fit the corporate mold. You want to invest in employee training and development. And then performance skill-based rewards. Performance and skill development are linked to financial and non-financial rewards that are values and sought after by employees. The stakeholder perspective are individuals, organizations, or entities who affect or are affected by the organization's objectives and actions. Stakeholders are employees, stockholders, suppliers, labor unions, government, and often much more. Values and ethics prioritize stakeholder interests. So what are values? Stable, evaluative beliefs guide preferences for outcomes or courses of action in various situations. Ethics are the moral principles, values that determine whether actions are right or wrong and whether or not the outcomes are good or bad. Corporate social responsibility, organizational activities intended to benefit society and the environment beyond their basic obligations. Stakeholder perspective includes corporate social responsibility. They benefit society and the environment beyond the firm's immediate financial interests or legal obligations. And it's the organization's contract with society. What do they do for society? Triple bottom line: economy, improve and provide jobs. Society, maintain and improve conditions. And the environment, where possible, become greener. Globalization is also another aspect. Economic, social, and cultural connectivity with people in other parts of the world is important. We have improved communication and transportation systems, and they've all increased globalization. The effects of globalization on organizations are cost efficiencies, innovation, knowledge, increasing diversity and various trains of thought, and increasing competitive pressures or intensification. What does surface level diversity mean in increasing workforce diversity? It's the observable demographics or physiological differences in people, such as age, race, gender, ethnicity. Deep level diversity are the difference in the psychological characteristics of employees, their personality, their beliefs, their values, their attitudes, and I'm going to add their ethics. The consequences of diversity provide both challenges and opportunities. Diversity provides diverse knowledge with many skills and experiences and able to make better decisions on complex problems. It also provides challenges. It's difficult to make a cohesive team, and there will be conflict due to the diverse nature of the team. Evidence-based management is the practice of making decisions and taking actions based on research evidence. There are 4 anchors of behavior knowledge: systematic research, multidisciplinary, contingency, and multiple levels of analysis. Systematic research anchors should be based on systematic research involving forming some research questions, collecting the data, and then testing the hypotheses. It produces evidence-based management. Decisions and actions are based on research evidence rather than fads, hypes, or untested assumptions. Multidisciplinary anchor is where many organizational behavior concepts are adopted from other disciplines. OB develops its own theories, but it scans other fields, especially in similar organizations. Contingency anchor is an action that may have different consequences in different situations. No single solution is always the best. It needs to understand and diagnose the situation and select the strategy that is most appropriate for the situation at hand. 3 levels of analysis within the multiple levels of analysis anchor. Individual, the characteristics and behaviors as well as thought processes. The team looks at the way people interact within the group. And organizational, how people structure their working relationships and how organizations interact with their environment. So, there is part 2, continued onward. Thank you for watching, and I hope you continue learning more here. Have a great day.